Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to my trading robot review series where I review the 100 most expensive trading robots on the MQ5 market and the 100 cheapest trading robots on the MQ5 market, and then compare them together. Now please remember, if you want to check out the list for yourselves, you can do so by following the link to the Google Sheets document that I have open right here. It is in the description, and today we are going to be looking at the number 2 trading robot on the cheapest list, which is called the Auto3M MT5. It has a price tag of $30 and an MQL5 rating of 4 stars. Okay, so let's get right into it. So first thing we're going to do is we're just going to copy the name, go to the MQL5 website and go to the market section, experts, and then search. And here we have it, Auto3M MT5. First thing we see is the price tag of $30. Second thing I see is that it was last updated on the 25th of June 2022, so that's been almost 1.5 years since it was last updated. That's not really a great sign, but we'll see. It was published in 2021, so it's actually been on the market for over 2 years already. Okay, and it has only one review, and it was made by Mr. Anucha Mayi Jotin. Yeah, okay. Yeah. Okay, so let's see. We have what looks to be a decent description here. Now, I don't see any shady marketing things going on here. I don't actually see any marketing things going on here at all. So that's a good thing. I like that. I always think that the trading robot should speak for itself. You know, the product should speak for itself in these cases. So I think I will give this the highest marketing rating, which is a 0.5 out of 0.5. Right, so now let's take a look at the pictures and the video. Um, I'm, I am going to watch the video and take it into account for my pictures and review rating, but I'm not going to watch it while recording. So if you want to watch the video, please go to the link for the trading robot. It is in the description as always, and you can watch it yourselves if you want to. Let's check the pictures out. We have a partial screenshot of a backtesting result here with an initial deposit of 3,000 and net profit of 60,000. That is quite good. Recovery factor of 19. That is also very good. Total trades of 46,000. That is a lot of trades. I wonder what kind of period this is over, but maybe it's 7 years since the picture, or since the title of the video is 7 years. But yeah, then we have another partial backtest result here with an initial deposit of 10,000, a total profit of almost 90,000, a recovery factor of 136. That is a lot. That is that is quite impressive. Total trades of 1,772. Again, we don't really know what kind of period this is over. We don't know what kind of drawdown was incurred or anything like that. I mean, these screenshots are not super useful, honestly. Here we actually have an equity curve, which I guess is a little more useful. We see some big spikes here, here, which is telling me that we might have some trailing stop loss or something going on, making the robot able to sometimes take bigger profits, which I guess is nice. I don't really see any drawdowns really here, so that's a little bit odd. Um, Here we have a partial screenshot of some drawdown figures. It says 3.4%, but again, we don't really know which test this is for. So yeah, this is kind of useless once again. Here we have a screenshot of the strategy from the chart. We see some Fibonacci ratios, we see a Bollinger Band, I think it is, and then we see a stochastic indicator, I think. I mean, this is a decent screenshot, but I mean, it's not really super telling. I mean, none of these screenshots are really very telling. Okay, so I just watched the video, or at least most of it. It was just pretty useless as well. I mean, it was just a video of a backtest result, but I don't know what market was being tested. I guess it says that it was gold, but I have no way of verifying that because it did not show the settings for the backtest at all. So yeah, that was completely useless. There was no sound or anything, and the rest of the screenshots are just pretty useless as well. I mean, because they're just partial screenshots. So I think the pictures and videos rating will just be a 2 out of 5 for me, honestly. Okay, so let's take a deep dive into the description here. Um, it does have most of the information that we would be looking for. It does say what features are included. It does say that it has hard stop losses. Does say that it can use flexible take profits and also trailing stops, and it has a news filter. It uses pending orders, has dynamic lot sizing so that it will scale by your balance, and it does specify what the trading strategy does quite well actually. There's some test results here that I don't know really what to say about, other than the fact that it sounds very good. So we're gonna see if the test results actually are that good. But and then it actually does give you some recommended brokers, what you need for the strategy to work and whatnot. Um, but there's no set files. I did check the comments as well. There's just a bunch of pictures and some conversations, but there's no set files. So that is honestly the only downside of this. There is no description of the input settings either, but we do have a blog post here, so let's check that out. Okay, so here we do have the input settings. Here he does describe the input settings, it looks like. Yes. Okay, so we do have some set files here that we can try out. Okay, so that does help quite a bit, but it is a little bit annoying that we have to go to a separate blog post to find that information, and also this blog post is quite long, so I think I will give the description a 4 out of 5 because it is quite nicely structured. It is easy to just like skim through. You get the most um, needed information quite easily, but the lack of set files and the fact that you do have to go to another blog post to get a description of the input settings is a little bit annoying. So I think a 4 out of 5 is fair. Okay, so let's go to the MT5 platform and find it here. Let's go to the market, search, and then search for Auto3M, and we have it was the normal version. And let's download the demo. Then let's open the strategy tester, press Control R to open the strategy tester, and then let's go and find it. Auto3M should be up here, yeah, it's right here. Okay, so let's take a look at the input settings. Global parameters, refresh timer. I mean, there's quite a lot of input settings here, but it is very nicely separated with the grouping of the input settings. So yeah, I do like that, and we did have some specification of all the input settings here in the blog post that he linked to. So here it does actually specify all of the input settings, what they do, and so that is also nice. We do have these set files down here that we can use as well, so I will definitely be using those, but it is nice to have a lot of different input settings to play around with, as long as you actually understand what the input settings does and so on. But I also think it's very important to have some good default settings for the people that don't really feel like playing around with all of these settings. So I think this is actually a pretty good medium. And I think I'll actually give this a 4.5 out of 5 maybe on the input settings, because I actually like this setup very much, and the titles of the inputs look pretty clean. Everything seems somewhat easy to understand, especially if you use the blog post. And I mean, the only thing is that there is still quite a lot of input settings here, so that's why I don't give it a 5 out of 5. You know, it might still be a little bit too many for most people, but other than that, I do like it. Okay, so I'll be using the GBP USD symbol to test the strategy on, so I'll download the gu.set files here, and let's go over here, and we should use the daily time frame he said. Then let's go here and load our set files. Okay, so it has been loaded, and let's try and give it a go in the strategy tester. Let's try and see if we can actually see it do some trades here. Okay, so here we are in the strategy tester. You can see that it has already made the first trade here, and we do actually see a sell stop order here as well, and we saw that it exited the first trade at the place where it entered a sell stop. As kind of interesting. We just saw that it deleted a sell stop order. I do see we have a stop loss here, and I do see a take profit down here, so that is good to see. At least we do have a at least we do have a stop loss to protect us. I see that we are using Fibonacci ratios here, you can see them, and then we are also using a moving average of 75, and we do have some stochastic indicator here, and we do see it continuously open and close orders. So I mean, so far this is looking quite interesting. Okay, so I just did a full backtest over the last 2 years on the daily time frame without the visual mode on, and that took 4 minutes to complete, which is just way too long, because if you have to do any sort of optimization, having to wait 4 minutes per test is just not feasible. So therefore I think I can only give it a testing score of 2.5, even though I did like the look of it in the visual mode, but yeah, it's just too long. Alright, so let's take a look at these backtest results. Goes to graph first, and oh my goodness, this looks terrible. It's basically a straight line down. I mean, it's not that bad, it's only like minus 8% or something like that. But it's more so just the way that it's just continuously falling. Like there's just not really a lot of upwards momentum at all here. Let's go see the stats. Yeah, so almost 8%. We have a negative recovery factor, a negative Sharpe ratio. We have a win rate of 44%. I mean, this is just simply terrible. We have over 3,300 trades though. That's a lot of trades. So it's probably just getting killed by slippage, honestly. I mean, yeah, this performance is just simply horrendous, and it's definitely not the 21 million that I was promised in the description. um, so yeah, I think I'll give this performance maybe a 1.5 out of 10, because, well, I mean, it did only lose 8%, but it's more so the way that it lost the 8%. So yeah. Okay, so all of that leaves us with a total review score of 15.5 for the Auto3M MT5. And let's go ahead and copy this over into the robots that have been reviewed. Boom, here we go. So as you can see, we have two training robots up here that is in bold. That is my own training robots, as you can see here. So feel free to go check those out. You can find a link for them in the description if you want to. I have not given them a review score because I think that would be completely biased. But yeah, feel free to go test them yourselves. I have included some performance scores from them, and yeah, and let's get on to the next one. I hope you enjoyed this review, and I hope I see you in the next video as well. Please like and subscribe if you did find this review useful.